Hi and welcome to another video. I came across a really interesting use case the other day and I wanted to share that with you. I made a tweet about it and some people asked to see the solution in a little bit more depth, so I decided to put together this video to walk you through it. So I'll post it in the description of the video, the actual use case, so you can see for yourself, but we'll go over it very quickly. What we won't be doing is I'm not going to be building the solution with you together like I did in my last video. The solution is already built, but I'm going to walk you through it. And then if you have any questions, please drop it down in the comment below and I'll be happy to help. Also, if you'd like to share your feedback about how you found this video, that'd be really helpful to me as well. So I appreciate it. Okay, so let's move on to the use case. So our client here has a high volume of businesses where any account can have many upcoming opportunities. So we're basically dealing with a structure where you have an account in Salesforce and then you'll have many upcoming opportunities that are related to that one account. Now, we're not going to go through data skew here. We're not going to think that, okay, this is going to be more than 10,000 records. Let's just simplify and operate within that boundary, okay? So for the purposes of this use case, let's just say that we'll have maybe a few hundred upcoming opportunities for any given account, and that will classify it as a high volume business. All right. So for each account, the client would like to know the average of the next 3 upcoming opportunities. So there's a few things that we have to do here. First, we have to find out which are the next 3 upcoming opportunities, and we can do that using the close date of an opportunity because that is a required field. And then we need to display that average onto the parent account so end users can actually see it. Now, this needs to be updated somewhat in real time. So a report is insufficient here. So we're not going to be putting a report on our account page layout. We're going to try and do something a little bit better. So here is what I have done. I'm just going to go into an account record here in my Trailhead Playground Salesforce environment. I'm going to click on this account here, and what I have created is using the amazing new dynamic form and dynamic related list functionality by Salesforce. I absolutely love it. I have created a custom tab called Pipeline Average, and in this custom tab I use the dynamic forms to add in this new custom number field that I created. Now this is just a number field. It's called Average Upcoming Opportunity Value. And I created a little information icon here just to tell the end user how this number is calculated. But so far, this is just a custom number field on my account object. And then what I've done is I've used the dynamic related list functionality to display a new related list of opportunities. But here I'm able to change the title. So I called it next 3 upcoming opportunity details. And then I limited by the return of this custom dynamic related list to 3 records only. That's why we can only see 3 records here, even though we have more than 3 opportunities related to this account. And I used the close date filter to sort this in ascending order. In other words, to show me the one that is the soonest first, and then the next one, and then the next one, because those are the next 3 upcoming. Okay. Now, if we look at the related list, the standard related list of this account, then we can see that we actually have 6 opportunities related to this account. They're all upcoming with the exception of 1. This is the standard one with the dummy data that you get when you create a playground. This was due in 2014. And so we can see that this is not even included in our upcoming anymore because today's date has already gone past the close date of this one. We're not talking about the stage of opportunities. We're not considering that. That's not important to us. It's outside of the requirement. We're just interested on that close date. Okay, so the question is, how did I do this? How did I calculate the average of these 3 upcoming opportunities? So if we add the amount of opportunity 1, 2, and 3, so 300, 550, 550 divided by 3 is 183.33. The way that I did that is actually using a flow. Now, there are pros and cons to this. So let me walk you through it. First of all, it is a flow that we're doing. So it's limited to real-time updates. There could be some slight delays. It's not 100% real time, but it is close enough. And usually you wouldn't really see the difference. The other thing that we need to consider is obviously performance impact. If for whatever reason your Salesforce is not performing very well, that could have an impact on the result and on the speed that this field is updated. And then finally, like I said before, data skew. If you're looking at a really high number of volumes here, over 10,000 records related to this account, then you're going to get all kinds of issues. But that is really not best practice. So in any case, you shouldn't really be looking to put yourself in that situation to begin with. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my setup and go to my flow. So let's just find this flow that I created, and then I'll walk you through the flow first. So here is my flow. This is a record trigger flow, and it's going to trigger when an opportunity is created or updated. And that way we know that every time an opportunity is created or changed, that is going to trigger this flow and therefore update our average value. And that's how we keep track of when perhaps you have an opportunity that's upcoming and then the close date changes and then a new one comes in. And so that's how we manage that. So the first thing we want to do in this flow is we want to get all of the related opportunity records to that parent account. And that's what we're doing here. So we're getting all of the opportunity records related to that account ID and where the close date is greater than or equal to today's date. This is really important. Otherwise, as we could see on our demo account there, we would have fetched that 2014 opportunity, and we definitely don't want that. So we want to fetch all of that. We want to get all the records and store all the fields, and that's about all we want to do here. The next thing we want to do is we want to sort that collection. So essentially, we use the get element and we're getting all the records. But because we're getting all the records, we're actually creating a collection variable. And so we can use that collection variable onto our sort element. And here we want to sort by close date in ascending order. So like I said before, this is going to give us the opportunity that are soonest first, and then that is going to limit the collection size to 3. So this is really important. So we're getting all of the opportunities, then we're sorting them by close date and ascending order, and then we're limiting that return value to 3 because we only want the next 3 upcoming opportunities. After that, obviously what we need to do is we need to loop. So we're going to loop that collection variable, and it's going to always do 3 loops if they have more than 3 opportunities. Obviously, if they have less, it's only going to do the loop variations, iterations, It's only going to do the loop iterations required. But since we're dealing with a high volume business, we're going to assume they're always going to have more than 3 opportunities. So we're looping through them, and then we have an assignment whereby we're using a variable. This is just a blank variable where we want to add the opportunity value, so the opportunity amount, we want to add that to our variable. And that's how we're going to create a total. So we loop 3 times, we take the amount each time, and each time we put it into this variable, and it's going to add. That's how we add. The opportunity 1 amount is 300, opportunity 2 amount is 200, so now we have 500. Opportunity 3 amount is 50, now we have 550. And so that's how we add, that's how we create that total value. Then what we want to do is obviously we want to update our parent account. Now we want to update our parent account with another variable, and this is kind of cool. So essentially we've added all of the opportunity amounts of the next 3 upcoming opportunities into a variable. And that's this variable here. Let me show you. That's variable op total is what I called it. This is just a data type number variable with 2 decimal places. So here is a bucket with all of the amounts that we looped through. And now what we need to do is we need to find the average of this amount. And we do this using a formula variable. And then we essentially put we reference the variable that has our total amount, and we divide that by 3. because we are looking at the next 3 records. And that's how we get an average. And so this update element essentially just selects the custom number field that we made on the account, so the field that we want to display that average number from, and then we're populating that field with the result of the calculation that happens in our formula variable. So this is kind of cool. And that's about it. This is the entire flow. It's a really, really easy solution to a really interesting use case. Now, I just want to show you real quick the dynamic form that I use, because this is also really cool. If I go to edit page here on my account, so once this loads, I'm going to click on the pipeline tab, and here I just wanted to show you I'm using the field section with the field that we created inside. This is the dynamic form solution by Salesforce, which is really, really cool. And then the dynamic related list is this one here. Look, dynamic related list single, and here you can select the parent record and the related list that you want to display, and then you can do all kinds of funky stuff, like you can limit the number of records that it displays, and you can select the type of related list that you'd like to show. And of course, I've selected to show here the opportunity name, the stage, the amount, and the close date, because this is quite key to what we're trying to get to. So I just wanted to show you the back end here, because this is really cool and it's new functionality that I think you should definitely give it a go. So I hope you find this video helpful. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any feedback. Thanks very much, and see you next time.